Everyone. Tonight with the Gauntlet, we are playing Ribbon Drive by Avery Alder. My name is Donna. My pronouns are he. I'm facilitating the game. So we've just listened to the first track of our first playlist, but before we start discussing what that means for us, let's get a quick introduction from the rest of our players. Let's do character keeper order, even though we don't have characters yet. So Sean.
Okay, cool. Hi everyone, I'm Sean, he, him, and yeah, looking forward to playing. Don't have character yet, but we'll see what happens.
Oh, my next?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm Puckett. I use he, him pronouns. I am really interested to play this because it's always been one of those things that's been on my list, and I'm just like, how do you play it online? So I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. So yeah, our first track was Broken Arrow by Francis Novotny. So what do you guys think? What do you think our road trip is about? Where are we heading and what is the deal? Sean, anything jumping out at you?
I don't have exacts at the moment, if I'm honest. Trying to piece together the feel with the lyrics.
How about you, Puckett? Anything presenting itself to you?
I'm going through the lyrics right now. So looking at the lyrics of the song that you just played, it feels kind of like this might be a road trip in which one of us is just getting out of a dysfunctional relationship of some sort. And we're hitting the road just to get our, like that person and a couple of friends are basically just like heading out, get that person's head clear, get them distracted, get their mind off of it.
Yeah.
I like that. I think it fits with the feel for me of the song.
Yeah, I think there's like in the chorus, right? There's a suggestion that someone was trying to use or abuse us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that works for me for sure.
Well, and you can sleep with my body, not my mind. I can tell all that glitter isn't gold.
Yeah, so maybe is this just a road trip to, like you said, to get away, to kind of break this connection and to maybe even start a new life somewhere or something like that? Or is it more kind of immediate?
Good question.
Or maybe that's one of the things that's up for grabs, right? We can have it be relatively unknown at this stage.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
I mean, I think the immediate thing is just getting the hell out of town, and then whatever happens, happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the feel I got from it, so that's cool with me.
Cool. Okay. So the person in this situation and two of their friends, I guess, who are supporting them. So yeah, I guess at this stage, like we don't know how to have anything concrete about the characters, but we should probably decide a few things about each of our characters, detail about who they are and how they relate to the other characters on the trip. But I think we kind of have that right. Maybe we don't know unless someone wants to jump into being kind of the character who is getting out of this relationship.
Sorry, so the second song we listened to,
Yeah, so
which characters does that inspire?
all of ours. So
All of them.
at the moment, we're just like having some very brief details right about our character, like as in who we all are and why we're on this trip, and maybe some details of our relationship. And then when we listen to the second song, each of us is going to decide for our own characters what their traits and features are.
Okay. Okay, cool. Got it.
Okay, cool. So, so are you happy with what we've sketched out already?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So I will. How about you, Puckett?
Good to go.
Okay, so I will resume our playlist. So, okay, I guess that is our second song. So yeah, I know we probably need to take some time to create 3 traits and 2 features and a name, obviously. One of those should be kind of directly lifted or tweaked from the lyrics, but it's completely up to you. So I guess let's take a couple minutes.
I'm curious, does anybody want to be the person that got out of the bad relationship?
Easy. I don't mind. If someone wants to jump on it, I'm happy to go with that. But if you're unsure, I can go for that.
The reason I'm asking is because, we're talking about, all those, the song was talking about all the worst fears. And I was thinking that my partner might have actually had a crush, or that my character might have had a crush on, the deadbeat that was in the bad relationship.
Okay. Sean, what do you think?
I mean, it would fit fine for the idea I kind of have for my character if they were the one in the bad relationship. If we wanted, they're kind of shy and trying to open up a bit, so it makes some sense that maybe they were kind of, as bad as it sounds, suppressed a bit and trying to open up. So could work.
Okay. Yeah.
Did we decide where the road trip was going yet?
No, we didn't.
Nope.
Any ideas specifically?
The line, maybe the coast will clear, jumped out at me. Maybe we're driving. I mean, since we're talking about Ruth maybe being a little bit more shy, maybe this is one of those things where you have to drive like several hours to get to a beach someplace. But we're going to go try to hit a beach and maybe see if we can find somebody new for Ruth, or, set something up so Ruth can have a fling of some sort, get the badness out of her system, as it were. That line about the coast will clear, I just see the coast will clear, and it's like, well, of course the coast will clear your head. Of course going to the coast will clear everything out.
Yep, sounds cool. Ruth will possibly switch that up slightly. Well, if she finds someone really cool. But her goal is to join a band. She wants to join a band. She wants to find a band in this. So maybe we can... okay, there's no reason they can't be down at the coast, right?
Yeah.
And that's Ruth's long-term future?
Yes, she wants to... She... wants to get out of all this by finding a band to join. But we could obviously expand that if we don't want it to be musical. It could be another group of some sorts either to expand it a bit. But yeah, join a new kind of group and come out of this a bit.
How are we all doing on those traits and features?
Think I've got it.
I think I'm done.
So, you want to do a quick intro? Let us know who each other are. Obviously, we can see each other's features. So I don't know. I guess it's up to people who, if we want to explicitly announce it right now. But I'll start. We're playing Ernesto, him, a young man who is not afraid of anything, at ease in new company, and loyal. And the features I put down for Ernesto are we're never going back, and that I'll learn how to sing. I've lent into our band music theme a little bit here. So, Sean, how about you?
So I'm playing Ruth. Ruth has recently come out of a quite bad relationship, but she's very shy and wants to kind of break out of her shell on this trip that her friends are bringing her along on. She also is looking forward to getting away from technology a bit, as she feels she's overly reliant on it. On the trip, she wants to do something crazy like go skydiving or something like that. And overall, she wants to join a band. She wants to join a new group.
Cool. And Puck?
All right. So I'll be playing V. Just it's what friends came to call her. It's more of a nickname. She had a crush on Ruth's ex because she thought, Sean, is Ruth's ex man, woman, non-binary?
How about we go with we'll go with non-binary. At least that way it can be.
Okay. And what was their name?
What's anyone got a name? I can throw one out, but if anyone's got one,
You go first.
how about Jeremiah?
Okay. Pronouns?
They.
Okay.
I can put that in brackets in here.
Yeah, so I had a crush on Jeremiah because I thought they were pretty great, but I didn't know what it was like on the inside of the relationship. And so now I'm worried about my judgment after learning another thing or two about them. And so, yeah, I've got some stuff to sort out for myself, and it's not necessarily stuff that I can talk to Ruth about because, I mean, a lot of it kind of revolves around Ruth's ex. So, but I'm afraid of being alone, and my short-term future on the trip is having a fling, and my long-term goal is to start counseling to kind of figure out why I'm afraid of being alone and why this person seemed so great when, I don't want to say there were red flags necessarily, but, my, after learning what it was like, I'm worried.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I guess we can resume our playlist now. And does anyone have a good idea for a first scene to set us up with, or want to leave that to whoever gets the idea listening to the third track on this playlist?
I'd say we could leave it, but if someone wants to jump in.
Pocket, what do you think?
I'm good with playing it by ear if you'll excuse the expression.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Oh. list has the bot dropped out of our channel, so bear with me. And now I have to get it to, skip a couple of tracks. Okay, we should be good now. Might set the scene if no one else is going to be jumping in.
Sure.
So how does this sound where maybe we stopped off in a late night bar last night and we are waking up in the car at the side of the road, a little bit bleary eyed, but more or less ready for the road.
Yeah, cool.
So I think we maybe open up with Ernesto putting like one of those cup holders on the roof of our car and kind of knocking on the window to wake people up.
I kind of jerk awake, rub the sleep out of my eyes and look and realize it's not a cop. And smile and open the door and say, please tell me that's coffee.
Yeah, what would it be? I mean, it's got extra
Beer?
shots for everyone, right? think we need it after last night.
I really need it. Was just slumped down in bed still.
It's like, so did you bring cream or sugar or anything, or are these just hammerheads?
I think I guessed based on the previous 12 occasions we've gotten coffee together. I mean, on this road trip at least.
So does that mean there's actually a name written on each of the cups based on what you've seen people order?
I think maybe not real names because, it's baristas. Nowhere in the world can write someone's real name there. But I think it's got the order on it, right? I think I hand you the correct order, or at least what I ordered for you based on previous experience. So maybe not the correct order.
I gotta ask, what are the names on the sides of these things? I mean, you just mentioned that normally people can't get it right. So
yeah.
What did they write on the cups?
I think V's drink has Vera on it, and
did they write Bernie on yours?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's got Bernie is exactly where my brain was going to end up if I had another minute to think about it. Sean, I don't know about you. What's the terrible barista scroll on Roots coffee?
Beth.
And I take a drink of the coffee and say, so how many of them did you hit on, Ernesto?
I mean, I want to say none of them, but that must mean it's all of them, right?
Were you even aware that you were doing it, or was it just reflex almost?
I mean, I wasn't aware of. I'm still not 100% on it, but I was not aware that I was doing it at all until you pointed it out. So,
well, I mean, you do have a number written on the side of your cup.
Oh, okay. Well, he was cute, so maybe, I don't know.
Could always ask him to come with.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I'll take another drink of the coffee. This isn't bad. I mean, this is almost a reason to come back here.
I mean, I don't think we're coming back. Not this way, anyway.
Yeah. That's why I said almost.
Almost.
Yeah, Ruth stumbles in at this point and just Beth again, and just downs most of the coffee in one go. Yeah, we're not coming back, at least not soon.
And I'll unscrew the top of a flask I have and kind of brush my teeth with my finger real quick and take a swig out of the flask and rinse it and spit. Just at the side of the road. It's anybody else, it's 90 proof.
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Thanks.
And I'll hand the flask to Ernesto.
So I think I'll, not take any, but maybe just finish up my coffee and hand it back to you. You want this number before I ditch it?
I mean, if he was hitting on you, I don't know. Maybe might be. But I mean, nah. But I mean, be nice about it. Don't like ditch the cup in view of the coffee shop. And I kind of gesture at the window, and there's somebody standing at the espresso machine, kind of looking out at you dreamily. And just be nice about it. Like, we can always pull up at the truck stop down the way or something like that when we fill up.
Yeah. Okay, we ready to hit the road?
As ever.
Got coffee? We know where to get gas. Kind of brushed my teeth. And I'll just like grab a hair tie and pull my hair back and twist it. And it's like, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think we can probably cut that scene. Yeah.
Also, I just have to say real quick out of character, I am dying that you put Fields of the Nephilim on here. Carl McCoy was the character in a Morgoths versus Visigoths game that involved time travel. So,
but they all,
Anyway,
no worries. Yeah. So, Sean, do you want to set our next scene? If you have an idea.
Sure. Let me just hire the music a little bit for inspiration. Okay, I think we had a mission for today. We may have drank a bit too much last night, but we were gonna make a fun stop off on our journey today, on our trip to the beach. So where could we go? Anyone wants to shout, they can, but we were gonna like go do something. We were gonna go to an attraction or something like that. Perhaps.
I mean, if we're talking about a road trip in the continental U.S., there's always the Cadillac graveyard. Now, there's a bunch of cars buried, like, nose first in the dirt. There's plaster dinosaurs all over the place.
Cool.
But I almost feel like it should be like something really cheesy.
Yeah.
The Mysterious Thing is always a good one. There's always roadside museums that are basically just collections of junk. And the Mysterious Thing is usually just another piece of junk.
Grunkle Stan's Emporium of Mystery, is that the kind of crazy feel we're going for?
Yeah. There's probably like some sort of like a diner attached to it, probably a gas station, gift store.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
So what ridiculous attraction do you think we're headed toward?
Yeah, why don't we have it be the car graveyard with the the tourist shop attached? Seems perfect.
So, like, what does this graveyard of Cadillacs look like? Is it like a dusty field with kind of rust strewn wrecks, or what's the feel?
I am pasting something into chat. Ten Cadillacs buried nose down in a field at the same angle as the Cheops pyramid.
Oh, that's amazing. I love it.
This is crazier than I ever imagined it could be.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes real life outdoes anything you could imagine.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm just reminding myself and all of us that when we introduce a trait, one of our traits into the game, we get to check it as activated so that we can use it if needs be later on.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think Ernesto is driving. If he's in the best state, I think he just pulls up at the side of the road, maybe across the road from the kind of diner visitor center, if we can call it that, and just rolls down the window and looks at it kind of in disbelief, in abject disbelief that this, he thought it was some kind of internet ruse. It couldn't really look that ridiculous in real life, but it does.
I told you. You didn't believe me, but I told you.
Yeah, but, we were high when you told me that, and sorry.
I mean, look, I get it. It's a ridiculous thing, but it's too ridiculous for somebody just to make up. I'm not going to just, and if I was going to make something up, I'd make something up that was plausible or believable.
It's beautiful. I couldn't have imagined anything better.
Ruth, we really need to work on your imagination.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine things that are better than this, and my imagination is pretty poor at best times.
I mean, beautiful, sure, but you couldn't have imagined anything better. I mean,
no.
Like, what about like being fed grapes while a couple of, like absolutely cut dudes fan you with like palm fronds or something like that? I mean, that'd be pretty great to imagine, right?
I'm right here. What am I, chopped liver? But yeah, you could imagine that, Ruth, right?
I mean, okay, granted, like if you're imagining that and Ernesto was one of them, he'd probably just be looking at the guy next to you fanning. So,
True.
But
maybe this image of Ernesto has ruined it all for me, actually. I'm going to go back to looking at the cars. Sorry, Ernesto.
And I just start laughing. You hungry?
I mean, I could eat Cadillac or something. I don't know.
Just don't say you could eat a horse. I mean, it's probably not on the menu, but alligator, something like that might be. Burgers are probably safe. Burgers are usually safe everywhere.
I mean, alligators taste like chicken, right? So
people say everything tastes like chicken.
I know.
Yeah, that they do.
Makes you think, how are people cooking chicken if it tastes like everything?
They aren't seasoning it.
Yes, badly is definitely the answer. So yeah, I guess I think we grab some food and sit and look out at the.
Do we get it like to go in like styrofoam containers, or do we sit in the restaurant?
I think they have like a big outdoor seating area where people can admire the Cadillacs.
I think the booths are like the cab of a Cadillac.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, so you're sitting on like bench seats.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which probably doesn't make any sense, but in my head, it makes sense.
No, it makes total sense. I mean, just, I kind of like tap on the bench and you can actually hear the rusty spring in it creak. So Ruth, it's not that I mind driving or anything like that, but are you ever actually going to talk about what happened?
Driving's good. Yeah, driving's great.
It sounds like a no to me. It sounds like classic Ruth avoidance.
I mean, if you avoid a problem, is it really a problem?
I mean, if you leave the state and drive like hundreds of miles, I think you are leaving the problem in the dust and you never need to speak of it again, right? That's how reality works.
Right? It's not like it's going to follow you or that it says anything about who you are, the decisions that you had made, or the things you need to work on or fix in yourself. I mean, if you just leave the problem, then it's not a problem anymore. I mean, it'll obviously never come back to bite you in the ass. It's not like it'll call you drunk in the middle of the night and say, I'm sorry, or.
No, we're gonna do great stuff. We've other things lined up on the trip for new life. It's great, not a problem. All good. Perfect stuff.
I think that was too subtle, V. I think that was too subtle. But yeah, we get the point. You don't want to talk about it. That's okay. We don't have to talk about it.
Hey, Ruth, can I see your phone real quick?
So yeah, hand it over.
Well, I was looking for Ruth's phone.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said me. Sorry. Yeah.
I don't see why.
Oh, you don't see why. We're friends, right?
Yeah, that doesn't mean I need to give you my phone.
Have you been texting him? Them?
No.
Have they been texting you? So that's a yes. You see, Ernesto, I mean, nobody takes that long to say no. That's how long you take when you're trying to figure out a way to either say yes, but make it sound like a no, or when you're trying to figure out a story to say no.
Or when you're trying not to look at your friends who've dropped everything to, help you out.
Yeah.
Ruth, if you tell me that you haven't been texting him back, that is fine. I'll believe you. But, you should really talk to us at some stage about like how you're feeling. If not, what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
I've not been texting back. I have been texted. And I feel like crap. But I am excited for what's ahead of us. If not, that it can only be better.
So like I said, let me see your phone real quick.
Still don't see why, but here.
And I will quickly tap at it and then drop it in my purse. Say, so the good thing for you is I just permanently blocked his number, their number. So that ought to send a message. And in the meantime, you need to unplug from your technology for a little bit. I mean, look at us. We're out in the middle of nowhere. We're looking at cars that somebody buried in the middle of a field for reasons, I guess. You know, you've got coffee. There's alcohol everywhere. We're heading to another city. Getting away, get all this off your mind. But just I want to see you go an hour without your phone. See how you take it.
Okay, yeah. You see kind of like visible panic, but she goes along with it.
Baby steps. 1 hour. Ernesto and I are here. We both have phones. If anything goes sideways, we can call.
Right, yeah.
But, you know, what are you going to be doing? Just like stalking them on social media or something like that? Looking at their
right.
Instagram?
You're right. Best take in what's here. Makes more sense.
Yeah. Besides the temperature, it's a nice day.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
What do you do at that point?
Oh, Ruth is just you see the visible kind of like picking at her fingers and like almost typical kind of stress dealing things that let's say she's doing, but she doesn't ask for it back or anything like that. She's just trying to stick to what you said.
Girl, we need to get you on some. We need to get you something to deal with that anxiety. Fidget cubes, something. I don't know. Alcohol is not really a good long-term solution for that. Short-term, sure. Long-term, not so much.
That I can get behind. That for sure.
Nesta, what are you doing at this point?
I think you can see me kind of looking away. I think I'm uncomfortable with the confrontation. And I think you would have certainly seen me in kind of the moment where that came to a head, where Ernesto was ready to kind of let Ruth off the hook. So yeah, uncomfortable with the confrontation, I think is how you'd see him. So maybe looking at the window, or just nursing the coffee or milkshake or whatever. I'm gonna take a look at these Cadillacs proper. I'll be back in a few minutes.
I will eat a fry and chew contemplatively.
You see the half of Ruth's food going cold since her phone's gone.
You feel this is a good time to take a break, maybe?
Yeah, unless
Yes.
yeah, we could. How much? So we're back. Puckett, do you want to set as a new scene?
Sure. You want to get the next song playing?
Yeah, it should be playing now. Yeah, it is.
So I'm curious. Sean, do you think Ruth is actually counting the minutes or like looking at the clock in the car to see when she can get her phone back? Or do you think maybe she's getting a little distracted by stuff alongside the road as we drive along?
I think she started counting and then realized that would just make it longer and is now distracted.
Okay. So I think as this song starts, I'm getting into the beat and I start moving my arms up a little bit and I actually start dancing in this beat because I figure, Ernesto, you're driving.
Yeah, unless someone else took over. I guess I'm still driving.
I mean, at this point, I'd probably be driving with my knees, so it's probably better if you're driving.
Okay.
And I kind of turn around in my seat a little bit and look in the back, and I'm just like trying to get Ruth's attention. Like, come on, we can dance in the car.
Dancing's. I'm like a fish.
It's only us. There's nothing. Nobody's videoing you. It's just us.
Okay. She's like terrible, but she's trying.
And I'm like, yes. And I will literally clamber into the back seat at this point. And I'll just sit back there and start like grooving along, moving my arms, wiggling in the seat. It's like, see, you can dance in a car, and it's like, it's okay if it's terrible because there's no room, so you can't really do much, right?
Fair.
I tell you, car dancing is the great equalizer. You could be a ballerina and you would still not be able to dance well in a car.
Okay. She's like loosening up a bit, but still, yeah, struggling with this. Well, not not used to it.
I'm gonna reach forward and kind of clap Ernesto on the shoulder. It's like, come on, Ernesto. Like, you're driving. Show her how you can dance and still drive safely at the same time.
I'm so glad you said safely.
Well, I mean, I don't want you to dance and like wreck the car or something like that. That'd be bad.
That would be bad. Who even knows where we are? So yeah, I think, Ernesto will slowly start to. I mean, I think you might have been, rolling his shoulder along with the beat already, but he starts to ramp it up a bit. Just kind of checking you out in the mirror, the head goes a bit deeper. One of his, I guess we're not automatic. Who needs two hands on the wheel, right?
Right?
Wide
this is why you have cruise control.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 0.
So Ruth, yeah, he's got it going.
We're gonna have to find a club. When we get there, we're gonna have to find a club, and we're gonna have to dance.
Okay, that's a significant step up from car dancing.
Well, this is where you get yourself loosened up, Ruth.
You see,
this is practice. Practice makes perfect, or whatever. Practice
Ernesto's got it.
makes not terrible.
Yeah. Or practice just makes you comfortable with being terrible. Something like that. But it's okay.
When we get you out in the dance floor for one, you can go back to being, the cool wallflower who is just watching her friends have fun.
Wait, the cool wallflower or the cool wolf hour? Because wolf hour sounds awesome.
Wolf hour sounds way better, so I'm going to pretend you said that regardless.
Okay, let's all lie to ourselves about what I meant.
See, the cool wolf hour means you can just like stand there and like almost hunt, find
Ruth,
somebody cute.
Show us your glower. I want to see your glower, your rangy hunter look. Come on.
Yeah, give us that wolf stare.
Oh God.
Okay, maybe we go back to wallflower.
But do you really want to do that? I mean, wolf or wall?
I mean, I know which sounds more exciting.
Yeah,
okay,
you want to be a wolf.
I'll give it my best shot. It's pretty terrible, but she tries.
You know what? You almost had me convinced with that.
That's better than I expected, honestly.
I mean, you're human, but you got those kind of wolf eyes going.
Okay. Room for improvement, so.
Hey, there's always room for improvement with everybody, but you got that wolf stare going now. So that's good. That's good. That means we rock up in the club, get ourselves a couple of drinks, and you can like sit there and start looking around and figure out. I mean, calling somebody prey sounds kind of gross, but you can like figure out who you want to dance with, and we'll make it happen.
That sounds a lot better than prey.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Much better.
But still, be in touch with your inner wolf.
Right. Okay. Do we know where Ernesto wants to learn to sing?
I think this might have come up before. What do you think?
Yeah, if it's come up before, I think Ruth would just say, look, Ernesto, we help you sing. You help me dance. We'll start now.
I like this. This is like you taking the heat off yourself for not being able to dance in the car. I mean, I can respect the moxie. What do you think? Are we going to let her get away with this? I think we can.
I mean, look, redirection is kind of fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
totally.
She's a lot more scared of dancing than you are of singing, though. So.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not scared of singing at all. I just kind of can't. I mean, maybe I can.
But here's the thing. If you find the right song, anybody can sing it. Like Tub Thumping. Everybody can sing that song. That's the entire point of it. It's like the most democratic song in existence.
You just have to find the shoutiest songs in existence, right?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to be able to sing if you can yell tunefully.
I'm halfway there.
Right? And right then I'll realize that you kind of quoted Bon Jovi, and I'll scream, "Living on a prayer."
I mean, the magic of smartphones and playlists on the car means it's playing within 5 seconds, right?
Yeah. And of course, I'm insisting that everybody sing along since we all know the words, because at this point, who doesn't know the words to Living on a Prayer?
It's part of the genetic memory of humanity at this stage, I think.
Yeah. Part of the Jungian collective unconscious.
Yeah. I'm sure, close to the end of that sing along, Ernesto remembers to get, at least one of his hands back on the wheel instead of like having them thrust out exultantly into the air. But yeah, steering with your knees, right? That's close enough.
I'm curious how Ruth reacts to the sing along, though. Does Ruth join in?
Oh yeah, but Ruth's passionate about singing, so that's one thing she's actually okay with. Her main issue with dancing is she's partly shy about it because she thinks she sucks.
So is Ruth enthusiastically singing? Does it start off kind of tentative, or?
No, she's trying to help. She's trying to help Ernesto sing, so she's trying to help him. She's happy to sing.
When the song finishes, I'll just clap you on the shoulder and say, Ernesto, that was certainly vocalizing.
So, for the sake of gameplay, do we say that Ernesto has, fulfilled this feature in a redefine what singing means kind of sense?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll mark it.
And I feel like since you actually crossed off a future, that might be the end of the scene. Unless somebody has something else they'd like to do.
I think I'm good.
Yeah. And I know that this is the last song on the playlist. So we could just let it finish off and chat in character. What do you think? Before we switch.
Yep.
I think at this point, I'm keeping an eye on the clock and realizing we've kept Ruth distracted for longer than an hour. And I'm just kind of waiting to see how long it goes at this point until Ruth realizes it. Ruth, I'm curious, how did you and I meet?
How did any of us meet? Well, I will say Ruth is a mechanic. So that's one possible avenue. Others are...
An auto mechanic?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's one possible avenue. Could be something else, though. We could have...
Does Ruth specialize in any particular type of...
Like,
does she do tuning for, street racing cars? Does she work on classic cars?
She primarily works on motorbikes. That's her thing she primarily works on, but she'd also work on just regular cars. Not too much of the street tuning.
Okay. So I think I inherited this really old motorcycle from my grandfather. And it was probably one of those barn finds where it was in a barn, it's kind of rusty. And how much does Ruth know about classic motorcycles, pre-1940s motorcycles?
Yeah, it's she'd be passionate about that. So yeah, she's good on that.
So when I wheeled this rusty motorcycle in, Ruth could obviously see what it was under the rust. How did she react?
I think she was excited. She wanted to bring this baby back to life. That was her when you wheeled it in. That was her outlook on it.
And by the way, just This is, I'll paste the motorcycle that I'm thinking of into chat, but it's a 1932 Indian.
Oh yeah, super cool. Yeah, totally. Just exactly as I said would be her reaction. Let's bring this back.
Yeah, it's been sitting in, it was, sorry, if that's how I met, it's one of the, like, we probably went out riding and that sort of thing. How did, Ernesto, how did we meet? Did you know Ruth first, or did you know me first, or did you meet us at the same time?
How about we have Ernesto be like originally a friend of Jeremiah?
Oh, and when Ruth ditched him, we kept you because you weren't a douchebag. Or ditched them,
let's go with that. Yeah, let's go with that. Our playlist is just finished. So anything we want to add to that kind of flashback scene before we roll a die for our next, or flip a coin for our next playlist? Sean, are you happy with that flashback?
Yep.
Okay, how about you?
I'm good.
Okay. So let me roll a D2. Another one. Which I guess makes our playlist Sean's. So for this, we listen to it for as long as it takes, I guess, and then whoever has a good idea can just frame a new scene. So you can listen to it for a minute or for the whole length, depending on how it grabs you.
Cool.
And the lyric should be in there, but I guess we can just use that for typical inspiration. What do you think, Sean? Do you have a setting for us, or?
I'm that may be my misunderstanding. It's me to set the
No,
scene,
no,
is it?
it's any of us. I'm just checking in with you. If you don't, we can check in with.
Yeah, maybe if anyone else has an idea. I think I said the last one. I think. Can't remember.
I mean, that kind of sounds to me like it might make you think about your ex, or you might be thinking about your ex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think maybe like we've stopped on the shoulder of the road, and I don't know, maybe there's depending on the time of the year there could be, I don't know, some celestial event, and we're just like in a line with the car chairs tilted back, or maybe on the side of the road, just looking up and all kind of lost to our own thoughts. I was definitely thinking good. Something along the same lines, some kind of melancholy remembrance.
Yep. Sounds good. You know, it's been more than an hour.
And I kind of sit up and shield my eyes from the sun and says, "Oh, you remembered."
Yeah, but maybe this is better than the alternative, huh? Looks nice.
You know, I'm proud of you, Ruth. You're right. It was longer than an hour. It's actually been 2.5 hours. You want it back now, or do you want to see if you can go for 3?
Yeah, why not? 3 sounds better than 2.5, right? Who quits out at 2.5 when they
nice
can make
round
3?
Number? Yeah. Even a prime number, if you care about that.
Yeah, prime and everything. I know. It might even shoot for the next prime.
I mean, 3, it's the magic number. I mean, look, there's 3 of us. I'm telling you, it's a sign. But I mean, if you want to go for the next prime, don't let me stop you. I'm sure we could pick up a couple of people along the way. And I think between Ernesto and I, we can probably pick up as many people to hit prime numbers as you want if you're staying away from your phone for that many hours. Right, Ernesto?
What's after 3?
The next prime is 5, and then 7, then 11, 13, 17, 19.
Those are all small numbers.
Look at you. I mean,
wow.
I don't know how we're going to fit more than 19 people in a car that we could probably fit 5 into comfortably. But, you know, I like your ambition. Let's hit the circus. We ought to be able to find some clowns.
I mean, I thought you'd be up for, picking them up and then dropping them off. I didn't know you were going to bring them along.
I mean, it feels kind of like cheating if we don't.
Well, how about we say it'll be the next prime at most then? To save this car.
So 5?
Yeah.
Look at you. I think this is the longest you've gone without your phone in the time that I've known you.
I think you can remove the word think from your statement. But hey.
I'm just going to smile at that.
This is nothing next to skydiving, right, guys? Huh? Yeah? Is still up for that?
Look. The way I see it is that I have two perfectly good feet for a reason, and they're meant to be on the ground. So I absolutely support you in you wanting to jump out of a perfectly good airplane when it's still flying. But I'm pretty sure I can do that from the ground with a pair of binoculars.
But think of the rush fee, the adrenaline. It's got to be something, right? It's got to be a new feeling.
You know, I get enough of a rush doing 70 on a motorcycle. And that isn't even that fast.
No, it's really not.
I mean, if I got one of those, I know there's bikes that I could get that I could probably crack 200 on, but, so even 70 feels fast on, on Pappy's bike.
Hey, I can get behind that. That bike's
Besides,
something
the
else.
saddle on that thing just was not made for that speed. Hurts.
It wasn't made for human beings, I think, was really the issue there.
Not for drives like that. No, not for speeds like that. But still. So, I will cheer you on as you're getting strapped into all that, the harness, the parachute, the whatever. But I will also keep my fingers crossed that the instructor is cute and and showered that morning. Because, if you're jumping tandem, well, it's not going to matter because you're going to be, strapped to their chest and, the wind's going to be blowing in your face. So, it doesn't really matter if they shower that morning. You won't have to pay attention to it for very long.
I think I'll have more things on my mind. Yeah, I won't lie. You, Ernesto, you still ready? Ready to feel the wind?
Sure, why not?
Great.
I mean, yeah, why not?
So I got to ask, since it sounds like we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, how rickety is this skydiving school?
Probably very.
Yeah, I think it might be pretty rickety.
Like, is this just something they do when they're not crop dusting?
I mean, are they even tandem jumps?
I mean, I feel like if you ask at that point, somebody will sigh and like kind of dig out a rig that looks like it should have been retired. So yeah, we can do a tandem jump. And if you've never been skydiving, you probably want to do tandem your first time.
For sure. if it is so ramshackle, I think you're right. It's like not something they typically do. They don't get like day tourists coming out here to do it for the first time.
What's the owner/pilot's name?
I'm open to thoughts. I haven't got one off the top of my head.
I mean, I think it's got to be one of those, properly authentic Navy call signs, which you wish it weren't. So it's something embarrassing, or something which has an embarrassing story behind it. It'll be something like Cherry or something like that.
Perfect.
I was thinking Bobcat, but you said an authentic Navy call sign.
Because no one chooses their call sign, right? It gets given to you after your most embarrassing incident when you join the squadron, right? And it sticks with you. So yeah, I mean, we're not going to ask.
So the pilot / owner's name is Cherry. They go by Cherry.
Yeah. So is this like one of those very old, like 5-seater planes, maybe a last generation Beach or something like that, which, is probably not designed for skydiving, but it does.
Yep. Sounds good.
I mean, I don't know why I say it's not designed for skydiving. I mean, they got a torch out there and they cut the side out of the airplane and then they welded the rails on so that they had that sliding door to open up. They cleared
This
out
sounds like
the cargo
redesigned
compartment
for skydiving, right?
Well, I mean, it's not like you're doing high altitude, low opening or anything like that.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
Yeah. As the plane taxis, you see V jumping up and down, and I don't know if you can hear her cheering and yelling and screaming, but she's very excited for both of you.
And as we're taking off, we kind of get up there a bit. Riz will say, "Hey, Ernesto, I'm not really sure to say this, but thanks for being here with me. I know you were friends with Jeremiah first. I'm not sure about this, but yeah, thanks."
Yeah, well, he is a complete douchebag and you are not. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't I didn't have to think about that one for longer than 1 second.
Thanks. That really means a lot.
Yeah, listen, you don't have to go back. You can just do your own thing out here. People always need mechanics.
True. Are you, I gotta say, I get the sense you don't want to head back.
It's I know what they're like. They're Jeremiah is gonna be up in my face and wonder where you are and what's going on and all that bullshit. And it's not I just don't want to give him any kind of in, if you know what I mean.
Hey, firsthand.
Us coming out here and never going back is the ultimate ghosting.
I mean, I can get behind it, but I just don't know if he's gonna.
Well, let him try.
Well, guess we're getting close to it. Hey, Cherry. I assume Cherry says pretty much nothing as we approach
a non-committal grunt.
Yeah.
But there is a red light and green light that's been wired in there, but you see the wiring it's not taped in, it's just duct taped to the side of the plane basically.
So what do you think? Is Ruth going through this, or is she
I don't know.
backing
Yeah,
out?
this is the big moment. Who's up first? Who do you think's up first? Is it Ruth or Ernesto?
I mean, I'm not leaving until you leave.
I thought it was really clear that Ruth was just staying on the ground and like, or the V was cheering. Oh, that's you, Ruth or Ernesto, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, we're discussing if. I mean, meta-wise, obviously we're meant to have a protagonist, right? So our choices are now Ruth and V.
Yeah.
So I guess meta-wise, V. I don't know if you were planning to try go through with the futures or not.
I feel like Ruth should go first, but that's me. Just, as kind of an observer of this part.
Okay.
Or Sean, from your point of view, do you like want to, if Ernesto goes first, you get to kind of narrate how Ruth gets to the ground, either still aboard the plane or,
No, I think I'm good for Ruth to go first and actually do the jump. I'm just aware of the fact that it will leave V kind of, well, if we're to do it by the rules, obviously we don't have to, right? Realistically, leave V locked into trying to cross off their futures, which I don't know if they want to do. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
so I'm cool with that.
So this means like you're not going to do either of your futures, right?
I don't have to do either one of them.
Yeah. So I guess once we finish the scene, we probably have to look to having you come to that kind of understanding, right? In character, at least, that you don't want to do either of those things, or you don't need to do either of those things. Okay.
So yeah, I think Ruth's up first. I imagine Cherry has brought some terrible assistants along with them to do this tandem jump, and here's to leaving then. And off she goes.
And yeah, I think Ernesto follows, 10 seconds later or whatever it is, howling like a wolf, right? So do we cut to our next scene? I think maybe it's sitting at the edge of the drop field or the drop zone, and maybe cracking a bottle of beer open.
Yeah.
And
Cherry has a refrigerator filled with. It's probably
this is
terrible
his favorite
beer.
part.
Cherry Coke, probably.
Well, that or bottles of Coke that he puts cherries into.
I think when Ernesto kind of sits down next to V, he like hands over a 20. There was some kind of bet going, right? Unless you think V would have bet the other way. I don't know.
I didn't catch that.
I'm saying when they sit down together, Ernesto passes a $20 bill over to V, as in he lost the bet.
Like we were betting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And then I'll look at the 20 and I'll tear it in half and I'll hand half to Ruth. And say,
Go ahead, sorry.
keep this with you. And anytime you start feeling like you can't do something, or you're afraid, or anytime you need a boost, just pull that out. Remember that somebody believes in you.
I was going to question the use of half a 20 bill, but this seems better than the full one, I guess. Thanks.
I mean, just remember, some people believe in you, but obviously not everyone.
I will punch Ernesto in the shoulder for that.
Well, you really had your wolf call down. I mean, I couldn't miss it.
I heard it down here. I mean, granted, it sounded less wolf-like and more like terrified screaming down here, but sure, let's go with the wolf call.
Look,
Sure.
he gave me
Sure.
a nice one with the wolf hour. I mean, I'm just paying back.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
That's okay. I get it. I get it.
Look,
I
Ernesto,
can take
I gotta
it. I can take
give
it.
you shit about something. I mean,
I know.
like, you're prettier than I am. Like, we walk in someplace, all the guys start flirting with you.
Those are the 100% straight bars.
I know. Breaks my heart every time.
So, what's next on the agenda? I'm not sure what to think. I certainly felt something. Might have been that old lunch.
I mean, right now, I think you'd be feeling alive because, like, you're back on the ground and you survived jumping out of a perfectly good airplane.
Cherry runs a fine establishment. This was, top safety. Not in any way terrified to jump out of that plane. No.
And at this point, I'm looking at the building with, like, the corrugated tin patchwork on it, the rust and everything. And it's like, yeah, top-notch safety establishment. I'm sure that NTSA just gives this place flying colors or passes it, or whatever NTSA does when it investigates a place like this, or whatever. Safety. I mean, there are safety boards to come and check places like this, right? I don't even know.
I mean, you need a license to throw people out of perfectly good airplanes? I don't know.
We're all here on the ground and alive. I feel like that might be about as far as we need to take this line of thinking, because we go much farther and I think it's going to get,
We ask no questions, he tells us no lies. That's
exactly.
The feeling there's a beach with our name on it, right?
Yeah. Sooner or later.
Yeah.
I mean, I did buy a new swimsuit for this trip, so
You're planning on picking up a couple, then you have to get up to 5, right?
I don't know. Maybe. Just my head's in a weird space right now. Maybe. I mean, I'll tell you what. I will leave the picking up to you, Ernesto. And if I manage to meet somebody or something like that, we'll see.
Okay.
This is about Ruth. We need to, We need to help Ruth meet somebody, during Wolf Hour, of course.
Well, uh, did you secretly jump out of plane too? What's the sudden shift?
Shift in what?
I mean, you wanted to pick up the people. You wanted to. This was part of the plan. And
I don't know. Flings, it's.
I can respect that.
I don't know. Maybe flings are best left as eye candy. I mean,
yeah,
it's like it's a momentary distraction, And we got time. I'll figure it out. And then I'll look at Ernesto and kind of lean over and whisper. So, was Cherry flirting with you?
Not that I noticed, but apparently that's the thing.
And I'll just start laughing.
He seemed oddly professional,
I mean, that's actually reassuring. I mean, I would want somebody flying the plane that I was going to be jumping out of to be professional.
Yeah.
And I'll just take another swig of soda.
So I think that's a good place to cut the scene.
Works for me.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So I cannot remember who is next, or indeed who is last. So does anyone have a good place to go for the next scene?
Maybe a roadhouse at night for Wolf Hour.
I mean, it works for me.
Yeah. How dingy of a roadhouse do you think this is, Puckett?
Sawdust on the floor. Chicken wire in front of the stage. Like, you've seen the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze, right? Double deuce before Dalton showed up.
So I wonder how do we fit in here or stick out like sore thumbs?
I think we stick out a little bit. But, I mean, look at Ruth. Ruth looks like a goth. And Ernesto's kind of a pretty boy. So I think what happens is, we walk in, it's almost like one of those record scratch moments where there were some people who do a double take. But I walk up to the bar and yell, I need 6 shots of Beam and 3 Budweisers. And wave the 2 of you over. And hand a shot to each of you and pick up another shot and say, to Wolf Hour.
Let's hear your howl, Ruth.
To Wolf Hour. The hell can come in a bit. I might need more alcohol for that.
That's why there's 2 shots and a beer. And look, and I kind of wave, and the bartender looks over and picks up a bottle of Beam like he's ready to pour again. And I kind of wave him over, say, better get that in you. Bartender's coming back over.
And down the hatch.
Down the hatch.
And I'll howl like a wolf and knock it back. Then grab the second shot and knock it back and put both of them on the bar, ready to be refilled. And I point to your shots and it's like, come on, hurry up. Bartender's almost here.
I'm not sure I can match that pace fee, but I'll certainly knock back this one. And then I pick up the other one. I'm a little slower than you, but I will drink them both.
And Ernesto, what do you do?
I mean, Ernesto is right there with you, V, right? I think already getting into the bud.
And Ernesto, I think as you look around, you see that people have kind of relaxed. I mean, maybe we aren't exactly dressed like we fit in, but we're not drinking like, we're drinking stuff that people drink there. So at least in that way, it's a way that we're fitting in.
So I wonder if, a little bit later when we kind of settled in, Ernesto will wonder at V how she's doing, like how you all right? You seem to be a little bit odd, or maybe you're fine back at the airdrop.
Have we found somebody for Ruth to dance with yet?
Probably not, but I'm not sure.
So when Ernesto asks that, I'm going to kind of shoot him a little bit of a glance and then grab Ruth by the hand and say, come on, it's Wolf Hour, right? Wolf Hour.
You and me dancing, yeah?
Better. And I'll drag you halfway across the bar to a guy, I mean, pretty cute guy, wearing a black cowboy hat. And I'll take the cowboy hat off of his head, put it on yours and say, this is Ruth. She thinks you're cute. And I will leave you there. And I think we spent enough time together in bars that I actually do know what kind of guys Ruth likes or looks at.
Hi. And then I think I imagine they have some slightly awkward conversation. And
for about
Ruth will
30
give
feet
it a shot.
From about 30 feet away, I'll yell, ask her to dance. It's not that hard, cowboy.
I mean, from a foot further away, I am shouting, "Kiss him!"
I'm
to
sure
the
he
chase.
instantly goes beet red.
I'm gonna imagine we start with the dancing.
So I'll sit
You
back down
see,
with Ernesto.
you know, you just have to establish an overtone window, right?
Yeah. You know, it's like once you yelled, kiss him, dancing didn't seem so bad, did it?
Yeah.
And I think by now I'm probably 6 or 7 shots in and a couple of beers. Say, Ernesto, we've been friends for a while, right?
I guess we have been.
You any good at keeping secrets?
I guess, yeah. I mean, that doesn't sound very reassuring, but like if I said absolutely, you'd hardly believe me, would you?
You got a point. So when Ruth met Jeremiah, and it wasn't like right when, but like after they'd been dating for a bit, I kind of had a crush on him.
Kinda.
I mean, so I didn't know how he was. I didn't know the kind of, he was an asshole, you know, but I didn't know that. Everything looked fine from the outside. And it's like, so here's Ruth, here's my friend. And she's got this person who, and they seem great. They seem great, right? They're attractive. They seem nice. They seem to know what to say at all the right moments. And you know, I was happy for Ruth. I want my friend to have that, but I didn't have that. I had my friend, and you know, I knew other people, but like, Ruth is the first one I've met who actually rides motorcycles, and she knows how to fix them. You know, so it's not even that I felt like I was losing my friend. I just saw her with them and it looked good. And I thought it was a crush on Jeremiah. But, you know, today you coming back down, you hit the drop zone and you were both safe. I started wondering if I actually had a crush on him or if I was just jealous of him.
Okay.
I mean,
are you looking for some advice, or are you just trying to like get it out there and see how that sounds?
well, it sounds shitty. I mean, I know that. But I wonder if I was just jealous of him because they had her, you know? Look at her.
That doesn't sound shitty to me at all. I mean, confusing maybe if it surprises you, but completely normal.
It's normal to realize you have a crush on your best friend.
It's not untypical. I mean, like, what's the worst thing that you can think of from your point of view, that you're an idiot that it took so long, or that if you say it to her, she's gonna freak out?
I am picking at the label on the beer bottle. What's the worst thing that could happen, huh? Okay. Now, the worst thing isn't like her freaking out. I don't think she'd freak out, but the worst thing would be fucking up the friendship.
Well,
to her and telling her, and then, you know, suddenly, oh, you know, I'm busy, I can't go for a ride today. And that starts happening more and more and drifting farther and farther apart. And the next thing you know, we don't even talk anymore.
Yeah.
And that's the worst case scenario.
Can I tell you what the real worst case is?
I say nothing and stay miserable.
Yeah, and that's gonna kill the friendship anyway.
So what you're saying is, if I don't risk killing the friendship, I'm going to kill the friendship.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, if were me, I would, and this is not advice, I'm just saying what I would do. I would cut in right now. But for you, I think you want to sleep on it and say it when we see the ocean.
And I wave at the bartender. And when he comes over, I say, can you just leave the bottle this time?
Okay, so our playlist has ended a couple minutes. So how about we take a break?
Sure.
Yep, sounds great.
Okay.
So I think after you say that, and the bartender brings over the bottle, I stand up, pull my shirt. My shirt was tucked into my jeans. I kind of pull it out, tie the front together, grab a cowboy hat of somebody sitting at the next table, say, I just need to borrow this for a second, and pour some of the bourbon into their mouth just to say thanks. Put the hat on, walk over, tap the cute guy on the shoulder and say, I'll give you the rest of this bottle if you let me cut in. So Ruth, are you surprised by this?
I mean, I'm surprised he came over, but Ruth wanted to dance with you in the first place, or at least that's what she thought was happening. So it seems like it's gone back to the beginning.
So I'll take a pretty long slug straight from the neck and then hand him the bottle, pat him on the shoulder, say, you done good. She can keep the hat, right? And I grin. Do you think he lets you keep the hat?
I have a feeling I've lost my hat.
Well, I'll shrug, take the one off my head and put it on yours.
Thanks.
Say, so you ever asked Ernesto for advice?
Ernesto?
Yeah, Ernesto. You know, dude we're
Uh,
driving with, sitting at the table right there. I kind of point over at him.
I mean,
That guy right there?
no, I'd never ask Ernesto for advice. He's a
You
swell guy. I'm not
should.
sure
He gives
advice
good
is his
advice.
field.
I,
Really?
I mean, his advice is usually pretty simple, or at least seems to be. I mean, I've only asked him for advice once, so.
It's a
But
very small sample size.
it is. So I can't tell you quite how good his advice is yet, but I can tell you it's direct. You know.
Right. Okay.
So that's usually good, right?
Yeah. Are you dancing at the moment, or are you just
Oh, I'm
directly
dancing.
just okay?
You know, I'm just doing that kind of, you know, foot to foot shuffle. That's like, you know, the standard club dance to say, hey, I'm dancing. Look at me. I'm moving to the music.
Sure.
But,
Yeah,
you know, I'm not doing any
Roots
line
going
dancing.
along as best you can.
Yeah. I don't kind of look at your feet and it's like, okay. Now I see the problem. Ruth, you step in time with the beat. At this point, I will put my arm around you, take your hand in mine, put it out, and start teaching you a very simple box step.
Okay.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And Ernesto gives some good advice, but I'm not entirely sure if I should take it.
Well, I mean, as I'm fumbling over my feet, almost getting there. If it's good advice,
Well,
rhythm's not good. Why not take it?
so the thing is, I've got this crush. And Ernesto says, you should do something about it. That's good advice, right?
I mean, why not try, right?
That was his point. You see, you're already on the same page. I don't know how you are for the rest of the book, but
you might have been in the plane with us if you thought that way.
I mean, if I'd been on the plane with you, maybe I wouldn't have figured stuff out.
Right.
So I got to confess something. Well, at least one thing, maybe two.
Okay.
When you were with Jeremiah, I thought I had a crush on them. I wouldn't have done anything about it because you everything seemed cool. It seemed happy, but
right.
You know, I just saw how good everything seemed to be between you two, and it's like, and I wanted that for you. I wanted you to have that. But
when you said crush, I really didn't think you meant Jeremiah.
Well, it's I'm not real good with this stuff. Like I'm a lot better at, like, you know, cheering people on when they're jumping out of airplanes and stuff. So I saw how happy the two of you were, and I kind of wanted that. And so but as I was sitting there on the dirt today, waiting for you and Ernesto to get back down, cheering you on as you jumped out of a perfectly good airplane, which for the life of me, I can't see any situation I would ever do that. But damn, you're brave. I realized it didn't actually have anything at all to do with Jeremiah. He just was with the person that I wanted to be with. I didn't have a crush on him. I was just jealous of him.
You really aren't good at this stuff, are you? For all the things you are good at,
I am
same one of them.
terrible at this stuff.
I'll give the little kiss on the cheek if she'll accept it. And come on, I'll do the shuffle with you. There's a lot to take in right now, but thanks for telling me. And hey, maybe we can make it work, right? But I'm a bit drunk right now. Could we
I'm a
chat
lot
properly in
drunk
the
right now.
morning and just enjoy for now?
Yeah, absolutely. Ernesto said it was a good idea to tell you, and well,
And Ernesto gives good advice.
Yeah. So, yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. For now, let's dance.
And I feel like that actually is a good end to the scene, unless Ernesto wants to do something, or unless you have anything else in mind.
I have nothing in mind.
I'm good to leave that there. Or do you guys want to pick up for the next scene?
Open to suggestions.
Yeah, conscious time-wise, if we're gonna hit the beach, it's probably got to be really this scene or next scene, probably, right?
Right.
Ish. What do we think?
Well, Puckett, are you crossing off that have a fling feature? Seems
Yes,
to be
that
definitely
is crossed off, because
Yeah,
that is, yeah, that is definitely not where V's head is at.
Okay, cool. So do you want to have a scene where we cross over second feature, given that we're steering in that direction?
Can. Maybe pull into the town where we're headed late. Can't get a motel because, they're closed, or at least the offices are closed. It's like 1 a.m. or something like that. So we basically have to crash in the car, but we're actually at the beach. Start there.
Yeah. Do you think there's anyone else at the beach, or is it deserted, or is it the kind of party beach? What kind of beach are we talking about?
I don't think with Ruth's shyness, we would have tried to pick a party beach per se. Maybe a place with some bars nearby, but not necessarily like something like South Padre Island or like a spring break getaway.
Yeah, okay.
But I think it would be interesting if we set it during the Perseids meteor shower. So we're on the beach watching meteors.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what's when we pull in, is this the same kind of routine as ever, or is there a different feel to the car?
I'm wondering how Ruth reacted, like how Ruth's acting in the car now, like if there's tension or unease or something like that.
There's probably some possibly palpable tension to Ernesto, since we haven't properly discussed yet, I imagine, what was brought up. He said, I don't imagine we've had that conversation, so properly.
And I will, when Ernesto pulls up, I'll just say, I saw a liquor store about a block back that looked open. I'll run back and grab some beer.
You want company?
If you want to come with me, sure.
It's late. Best, Yeah.
I see. So we're leaving Ernesto to fend for himself.
Ernesto's a strong guy. He's right, Ernesto?
I can just set up here, if you don't mind. Text me when you get to the liquor store.
You want us to get you anything in particular?
I'm in the mood for some wild turkey.
I'm pretty sure they'll have that. So I'll start walking. Not really quickly or anything like that. No, like I'm trying to get away from you or walk off or.
Yeah. I'm in tow. So
we made it.
We did.
There's the beach right there. You can have sand under your toes in like 30 seconds.
Yeah. I can't wait. Just need to find a band now.
That shouldn't be a problem. Towns like this always have bars that need bands.
Yeah. Ernesto, don't fancy going back too much, right?
I figured. Ernesto didn't have a lot to go back to, and well, I know why you don't want to go back, and I don't blame you at all.
And you?
And me what?
Do you want to go back?
It's not like I've got a career back there. I guess I hadn't thought about that part. Like, I need some stuff. Like, I'm not leaving my motorcycle. There's no way in hell I'm leaving Pappy's bike. But
nah. Can't leave that baby behind. Put too much work into it.
it's not like I was doing anything back there that was a career. It's not like I was teaching or, I was just going from job to job, waitressing here, bartending there, making coffee over there. I can do that stuff anywhere.
So, I take that as a open. Look,
I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I mean, I'm going through a lot, as you know.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming out here.
You're my friend.
Well, that's what I wanted to bring up. I mean, V. I'm still a bit surprised, but not in a bad way. I'd be willing to give it a. I mean, do you want to give it a shot? We could move. I could try get the set up. Get myself set up again out here, some mechanic, or somewhere nearby.
I mean, if you want, I can get your tools from the shop. You wouldn't even have to go back.
I don't want you to go back by yourself either, though.
What, like Jeremiah's going to say shit to me?
I mean,
please.
Shithead, man. I mean, yeah.
Look, Jeremiah knows what would happen if he so much as said boo to me. If it comes down to it, Ernesto can go back with me if you're worried, unless you need him here. Otherwise, I mean, if you need him here, I understand. I can pick up everything myself and throw it in a U-Haul and get it done that way. I mean, it's, your tool chest is on wheels. They're on wheels for a reason, right?
Yeah. Hey, if Ernesto will go, Ernesto can go.
I mean, I'm figuring you don't want to go back at all, which is why I'm, just saying I can do this for you.
Thanks, V.
So you actually want to try this? See if it works?
You might have to be a bit patient with me. I'm didn't go too well last time. But I'd like to try.
And I just start smiling and brush my hair back from my face, kind of staring at the sidewalk as we walk.
And I'll attempt to hold V's hand as we go to the liquor store.
Is this one of those things where it starts out with pinky fingers and then turns into full-blown hand holding?
Yeah.
So, you still haven't asked for your phone back.
I know. You might have to be the one to relay the information. Look, I found there's more important things.
Yeah. Yeah, there are. You think Ernesto's worried yet?
Probably. But yeah, probably.
And I'll pull out my phone and text him. It just says, "We're fine." Put my phone away. What do you think happens then? Or do you think that's the end of the scene?
Yeah, I think that's probably close to it at the very least. I don't... don't think there's anything particularly I want to add. I don't know about either of you guys.
Donna, did the playlist stop?
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering, because it's definitely, I don't think it's over. But
it's not over.
Yeah. But unless there's a very low start to the next song.
It shouldn't be this low or this long. Because it's been, I think, something like a minute.
Yeah. Let's see if I can jumpstart it. Okay, can you hear that now?
Yep.
Yep.
I didn't actually do anything, but I was just about to.
The true tech wizardry.
It knew we
Weird.
noticed
the
ultimate IT solution.
Yeah.
You started paying attention to the problem. It's going away.
It's your tech foo.
Yeah. So do you want to cut back to the beach, or? I think it's
honestly,
probably...
I'd kind of like to see a scene between Ruth and Ernesto.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sean, do you have any thoughts on when or where that should be? If you don't mind.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I think I might have like dozed off in the back of the car or something like that. Or maybe on the beach with like a blanket over me or something when we were watching meteors to give you two some privacy.
Cool. So I can add gives good advice to your long list of traits.
I mean, I'm not sure about that. I just told her what I did.
So what do you think?
I think you're going to be okay.
She's not going back either.
Well, why would she go back?
You never know. But that makes all three of us. We're all not going back. We're gonna give it a shot, me and V.
Yeah, I think I kind of got that.
Look, I better to have it at, playing just in case.
That's why I said, like, why would she go back?
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. See now. Right. Thanks for bringing this out.
I mean, I just think it wouldn't be good for like V to keep that inside. It's not a great outcome to just bury that.
Yeah. So hey, We're here. What's next?
I have no idea. I really didn't think that far ahead.
No, we really didn't, did we?
I mean, like, whatever about me, like, you two have actual lives back there and stuff. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. Hey, we can... There's plenty of stuff, right? Hey, one last thing, Ernesto.
Mm-hmm.
Here. And I go over to him and just give him a big hug. Thanks.
You're going to be okay. I mean, you're pretty awesome now that we've taken your phone away. I think V's going to be annoyed that we came all this way and she's not going to catch any of these Perseids. So, is that a good place to cut that scene?
Did Sean get cut off or
Yeah,
drop out?
he looks frozen to me.
I just see a black screen.
Oh, okay. I can see him, but he looks frozen.
I think the only thing that I'd add to that is that at some point V wakes up and blanket wrapped around her rests her head on Ruth's shoulder. Yeah, I think Sean froze up.
Yeah. We pause and see if he rejoins us. Okay, so we're back. Technical difficulties aside. That sounds like a really good place to kind of either wrap up with epilogues or maybe to have a short scene at the very end. What do you think?
I feel like, some sort of like combination between montage and epilogue.
Yeah.
Like maybe a montage of Ernesto and V like packing up Ruth's stuff at the garage, wheeling the motorcycles into a trailer.
Yeah, that sounds like what I was thinking. I wasn't sure if Ernesto was going to do that by himself, but
does Jeremiah pop his head out, like pop up anywhere or poke his head in?
Yeah. I imagine like a look from Ernesto or maybe a look from V is enough to get rid of him.
And if he pops up at the garage, I'm just gonna like pick up a wrench and look at him.
I think maybe Ernesto says something like, "Man, I wish he had they had just stayed around because I would have paid to see you lamp them.
Nah. I don't need to catch a case. I'm leaving. And do you want to be the one to tell Ruth that, like, you know, her roommate is in jail?
I mean, I would have been hoping to say something more than roommate, because really that sounds a bit odd to me.
You know, I don't know what to call it either right now. I'm letting it breathe.
Sure.
And I'm really hoping I never say the word roommate again, and instead, you know, partner, girlfriend, something like that. What the hell? He's out of here. Let's get this stuff packed up and get going.
Yeah.
Got a drive ahead of us.
We do.
And we got to do it sober this time so we can drive straight through, because I don't want to wait.
Not even for a bank of Cadillacs at the same angle as the pyramid of Cheops.
You know what? Cheops, chops, Cheops, chips. Okay, actually, we can stop for chips. But the Cadillacs we can wave as we drive by.
Sean, do you have a short scene for Ruth? Or
Yeah, I think
Ruth and V.
yeah. Think while you guys are gone, Ruth's just kind of coming to grips with what's happened and is excited for you guys to come back. I picture maybe we meet back up with V with the motorbike or something of the likes.
I'm just curious, did you find a place like with a garage or with covered parking at the least?
I think we've got covered parking. Don't know if we've got a full garage just yet.
Well, it's good enough for the motorcycles for right now. We can put them
Yeah,
under
exactly.
covers and tarps and stuff. When we get back, when V and Ernesto get back, how does Ruth react to the U-Haul pulling up and V and Ernesto getting out? What does Ruth do?
I think Ruth would go to you guys and give you both a hug and see if you need help unpacking anything. Safe trip? No sign from. Well, I won't even ask.
It was, and I'll look at Ernesto. It was uneventful.
Yeah, that coffee's still good. That barista's still cute. That's the only newsworthy things.
Yep. And once again, Ernesto managed to at least throw the cup away around the corner. Because put the number on it again. Hope springs eternal, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say I'm never going back, but, you know, who knows? The coffee was good.
You said you were never going back, and look what happened.
I mean, I'm not giving out advice. I'm not supposed to be like some kind of, you know, oracle that knows the future and what's good for me.
And I'll look over at Ruth and say, when we get unpacked, I think we need to get some coffee.
Coffee sounds great, eh?
I mean, who doesn't drive 8 hours for coffee, right?
Yeah.
Hear that, Ernesto? You're getting more coffee.
I mean, I remember his number.
And I'll just punch you in the shoulder and say, then call him.
To see how my bestest friends in the world are doing, you know, now they're moving in properly.
You can take 5 minutes and make a phone call.
Yeah. Okay already.
And I'll just pick up a box and carry it in. I think the last thing you see of V is like just a little smile on her face, like a really content, peaceful smile.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a good
It's
place
just-
to cut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, do you want to add something, Sean?
No, Ruth's the same. She's just helping start the new life.
Okay. So that's it. I'll stop recording.